Hello and welcome to a special edition of Inside Leominster. My name is Dean Mazzarella, Mayor for the City of Leominster, and we're live for the next hour, so we're taking our afternoon briefing and our show, Inside Leominster, and we are combining them, and so we won't be on from 7 to 8, or we will be on from 6:30 to 7:30? How's that work, Bradley?
I don't know when they're replaying it today.
Okay, but we'll be doing the replay at some point. But let's go over to our buddy Art and find out what's going on there on the far side of northern North Leominster.
I'm going to bring you back to memory lane here. We got a call yesterday from Framingham, from Darling Daughter, saying, I'm on the road bringing you and Ma some stuff. Matthew's with me, of course, there's no school. They pull up and I go out, there's a bag on the driveway, and they kept their distance, and we gave them some stuff, and off they went. Get in the house. Remember the old square windmill pizza with the...
Oh, yeah.
It didn't have it had the powdered cheese like on it.
Yep.
They found a place in Framingham, and oh my God, it was delicious.
No.
I mean, talk about a throwback. Or the Pee-Pee Club in Fitchburg used to make it.
Is that like a Sicilian pizza?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so, yeah.
Anyway, it didn't have that hot, stretchy cheese on it.
Right.
It just had a light sauce, and then the powdery... and oregano, it was to die for.
See?
And noodles, homemade noodles, long ones.
It doesn't take much to make you happy, does it?
No.
Did you ever try?
That and 3 Red 7s, and I'm all set.
Speaking of that, I'll tell you in a minute, but did you ever try Pasta Land?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the raviolis are like silk. They're so good.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And
not only that, well, I had a brain fart. We got one of those harassing phone calls here twice today, and the last, which was about 10 minutes ago, and I unloaded on the guy, and I got him going. He was telling me what I could do with my phone, and I was telling him what he could do. He said they were in the area. They'd be right over to pick up the check from Trump.
What check?
Yeah, the money that the government sent us.
Oh, yeah.
He assumes, I guess, we get a live check, but we don't. So I told him what I thought he could do with his Trump and with his little idea. What a scam.
Yeah.
He had an obvious accent. Anyway, the pizza thing was just...
See?
Priority. I can't wait for them to lift this thing, and we go to Framingham for a visit. I'm going to insist my daughter take us there. I'm going to buy the place. Unbelievable.
See, everyone's got a new look out on priority, right? What's important? What is important? See, no matter what I talked about today, you went back to the pizza. See, that's what's important, right?
That's right. That's right.
There's
it's been a while since you could get something different like that. Those places are gone, and clearly I can see the windmill pizza at the lakefront, the far end, pulling in there on a Saturday night and getting a couple slices. And then I saw on Facebook today someone talking about 2 in a bowl and some bread at the little kitchen. I mean, it's a shame that stuff. The way downtown has just been transformed since you took over the city, which seems like 100 years ago, but it was more than over 20, but you've done a wonderful job. But you've turned it into a city, to a village feel, and I would think that a 2 in the bowl type joint next to the river would be a very successful venture for someone to bring along for downtown, because of changes that are happening, and the walkway and the little river walkway there, etc. That would be just perfect.
I'll let you in on a little hint, just because. Here at Inside Leominster, we like to be able to give little bits of information that you can't find anywhere, right? Because it might not be important to the newspaper or somebody else. So we have a new I call him the cheese guy. So we have a new business opening, and this guy makes, I guess you want to call it sort of, not gourmet, but what's the word? Sort of crafty. I'm thinking of the word. Help me out, everybody. Everybody can come in there.
Mediterranean?
No, like he's a cheesemaker. So
Oh,
that'll
wow.
that's going to be pretty exciting. He's been in the business for a long time, and so that's just a little bit of a hint I can give you.
Cheese, I love cheese.
Yeah, and this stuff's fresh, and so you know what? Things are going to come back, and they are, and it's going to take a little while, and we're just going to change the way. We're going to be a little gun shy, I guess, as they say. Maybe that's not the perfect, but we're going to be sensitive to certain things, just like after 9/11. Remember, people would like look in the sky. I remember being in D.C. after 9/11, and I'll tell you, they had like Gunner. These like surface-to-air missile, SUVs. I mean, not SUVs, but these Hummers. And they had machine gun people on every corner. And I was thinking, you're just strange. But after a while, then TSA came, and we never thought we'd see like machine guns and people at the airports checking your things. We never thought that would happen. But we adjusted, and it'll be new, and maybe for the better, because you know what? Because after all of this, if we all do that sort of cootie thing, and we all think about that, then we'll wash our hands. We won't go to work or school sick. We'll keep our distance. It's in the long run. I mean, obviously the economy and people have lost their lives, but in the long run, maybe it's a little bit of a reboot, right? We'll just think about things now.
History repeats itself. But I've got a question. I don't know. You seem to have it to be the shell answer man, so I'm going to run this one by you. We have a 40-something-year-old...
Artisan cheese. That's it, Sue McNeil.
That's right.
Artisan.
That's right.
Artesian
we
is
have
a type of water.
40-plus-year-old red maple tree.
Yes.
And it's very, very late budding. We're not getting anything on it. I'm concerned about it. You think it's because we had a mild winter?
If they're the same ones as downtown, we've already got those budding. Those are, but I would give it a little time, and then maybe sort of take something with a screwdriver, poke around where the rain drip pot is of the tree, and get some tree fertilizer, put it in there. It might need a jolt. Maybe the root, around the area is too tight, but I would take a screwdriver and puncture around where the drip line is and put some fertilizer in there.
Huge
Do you have buds?
Surface roots with it.
Do you have buds on it?
No, surface roots, big ones.
No, but do you have buds on the tree?
No, nothing. No.
Oh, boy. Okay.
It looks healthy.
Okay, well,
It's just not doing anything.
give it a little time. It should have some buds on there, though.
Yeah, it's probably tired. It's getting old.
Well, that could be
I
that,
said
too.
to
But
Rita, if we stayed outside all winter, we'd be kind of cranky in the morning, too.
this wasn't that bad of a winter, so I'd give it let me know what happens next week. Supposed to hit some days, 60, 65. Let me know what happens.
That usually, I just watered our fig tree, absolutely loaded with buds.
All right, that's what we like to hear.
That's in the garage.
Remember
We're not taking it out yet.
Remember the commercial, the little old winemaker, me?
Yeah.
The little old winemaker, me.
Yeah, we got a bag that says Dean on it, so
All
you're
right.
all set for this year.
Hey, got to have those fresh figs, right? Nothing like them.
Yes.
I buy them in the store sometimes, but they don't have any taste to them. They pick them too early, and they don't ripen right, and then they're cold from being in the produce department. And I like them.
You fix them when they fall off in your hand. There can't get any fresher than that.
A nice Sicilian pizza and some figs, a little bit
Dean,
of vino,
to die for.
a nice nap.
She brought 4 slices.
Oh.
And, here's my poor man. I was talking to Matthew. The quarter of the year. I said, Matthew, how's the homeschooling going, buddy? He says, Papa, I really miss my friends and I miss school. He said, it's boring staying home.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
He's
a go-getter.
I have heard a few kids say they want a new teacher. They don't like the homeschool teacher. They want to transfer classes.
That's right. That's right.
All right, Art.
Okay.
Good to hear from you. Take care. Let me know how that tree does.
I will. Thank you.
Right.
Bye-bye.
978-537-7760. That's the number to call here. Art, when you find out the name of the pizza place, let me know. If you'd like to message me, you have a question, you could do so on my Facebook page. If you'd like to call here at Inside Leominster, I was just going to tell Art that on our car last week, when we got home, we looked at the odometer, and it was 7777, so 77,777 miles. And then I had gotten into my own vehicle to go home, and the odometer was 7,770. So 7,000 770 miles on my truck. And then there was some other connection to sevens that day. So I'm only telling you this because the number here is 978-537-7760, extension 3, and they'll put us in touch with each other. And I know there are some people that play these numbers at home. I don't play the lottery, but I know there are people, and they're not sharing the proceeds when they hit the the daily lottery. So when you find out that name there, Art, let us know. Caller, welcome to the show.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's going on today, Crystal?
Not much.
What do you mean, not much?
The day program FaceTime us.
Oh, they did, huh? That's good.
Yeah.
Good. And does that make you feel good, getting to be able to connect with them again?
A little bit. Yesterday
Good.
we just went over things like what we were keeping ourselves busy and so on.
Do you like to do puzzles?
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes get one of those puzzles and turn some music on and get a little snack, and before long, we've got the puzzle
Yep.
together.
Yep. So Bill today had us decide, wants us what we want to do, so we did some quizzes.
Good.
And he's going to show us how to make an egg bounce and stuff.
Come on. That's a good one. A boiled egg or a hard-boiled egg?
I don't know.
All right. Well, let me know when you find out.
It's on. If you want to find out, if you want to message them, you can go on Go Message app.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah.
I want to find out now. I'm curious. Maybe Sue
All
McNeil.
right.
Maybe Sue McNeil can tell us how to bounce an egg. She knows all that
Yeah.
stuff. All right, Crystal.
All right. I'll talk to you later, buddy.
Over and out.
I'll tell Suzanne you said hello.
10-4.
Bye. Bye.
We're going to take a short break, and then we're coming back because we've got the update on numbers this afternoon, and we are going to be talking to the Emergency Management Director, Jim LeBlanc. And so we've got a full show today. Stay tuned if you have any questions, and I keep looking, but that's only because I'm trying to see if there are any messages yet. You can just go ahead and message me, and if you don't want to message me, then you can call here and leave your question with them, and then and you can hang up, and I will answer it for you. Okay, taking a short break. Be right back. Go. There's my mask. There it is. This is made by AIS Furniture Company down on Lancaster Street. And they've been making these things and donating them to us, but look how fancy this is. So Jim LeBlanc's with us. Thanks for coming on, Jim.
You're welcome.
Doesn't it have like 3 layers in here? There's 3 different...
There's 3 layers, antimicrobial materials.
Yep.
So he's creating a very high-end mask there.
I just got to get some defogger for my glasses because the
'cause it
moisture.
goes straight
I got a
out.
lot of hot air. Let's go to the phones. I think Wendy's there. Wendy, are you there?
Hi, Dean. It's Nancy. How are you?
Nancy, what are you doing?
Hey, I just wanted to say hi to you and Jim, and I wanted to say that you're both doing such a wonderful job.
How do you
I'm
like
so
my
proud
mask?
of you,
It's a designer.
And you're keeping everyone in touch of the current problems and things that are going on, and it's just so important in these troubled times.
Yeah. Well, Nancy, you worked at City Hall with us volunteering. You know we have a good team, right?
Yes, you do, the best hard workers, dedicated to the city.
Everybody. We got a great team.
It's great to see. And I just wanted to say one more thing before I hang up. I went down, drove through town today. The trees are absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, don't they look awesome?
Oh,
They
they're
do.
beautiful.
Isn't that what we
budding.
needed? Huh?
Yeah, it's all budding. It looks great.
Looks good.
Okay, be safe, you
Yeah.
two great
All right,
men.
Nancy.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, you know, I was going to tell everybody. There's a video here. There's a video on it's a video from the town. So there's a Facebook page from the town in Italy where my mother is from.
Yeah.
It's Alvito. So there's an Alvito website, and so they started showing this little video of a bakery nearby. I don't know if it's in Alvito or the next town, Sauda, which is the next town down. It's kind of bigger, and they were making bread like Tony used to make at Tony's Bakery. You know those big round things. They had like sauces, like flying sauces.
6th Street.
They had the bread made up, and the guy was taking the baskets,
Yep.
and he was cleaning them all off. Then he takes cloth, almost like
Cheesecloth?
Yeah, it's like cheesecloth or something. And he laid the whole thing inside, and then the lady had all the dough all mixed up, and she was pulling out big chunks, and then they throw it in the hearth, and they make those bread. I'm dying. I'm like, those.
When it comes out of the oven, it's really good.
I'm like, right out of the oven. It's got steam coming from it. The guy's got the pallet there. He's sliding them off, and one by one. And I'm like, I just remember those things.
Oh yeah, every Sunday morning we all go down.
Until he
6th
flipped the
Street.
basket. When he flipped the basket, that meant there's no more bread.
Yeah.
Right? So people would sneak out of St. Anna's
Yeah.
early, a little early. The priests used to get mad because they used to
yeah.
beeline out of there a little bit early. And then they would, because they wanted to get the bread before it
Go
ran
down the
out.
street.
So they beeline down and get the bread before, right? So you get your communion, you run out the door, run down to Tony's, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or drive down, get in there before the bread's out, especially if it's the last Mass.
Oh, yeah.
Because if it was the last Mass, chances are
You're out of
Tony
bread.
only made so much bread. And so if that was it, that was it.
That's
You're
it.
out of luck, right?
Oh yeah.
So
Good
if
old
you were
days.
really desperate and you're like, oh man, you get the rolls. Sometimes you'd have rolls
Oh, yeah.
left over.
Yeah.
But yeah, those big round things, they must have weighed about 5 pounds. Anyway, Jim LeBlanc is here with us. And thanks for watching. At home, there's our phone number. You can Facebook message us if you'd like. And we got a number of things to talk about tonight. But Jim, thanks for coming on.
You're welcome.
And great job down here with you, all the emergency management staff, volunteers, and I want to knock on plastic here because
we're
everything is
pretty
going
lucky, yeah.
just way too smoothly, I should say.
We broke 1,000 hours this morning with volunteer time.
Just volunteers doing
volunteers.
everything you can imagine.
In fact, there's a lot of the City Hall workers are participating after work hours.
Right, it's amazing, huh?
Yeah, everybody's chipping in.
And that started actually when we began the whole warming center where some
yeah.
of the city employees, people from
Yeah.
my office,
Yep.
right? Our team went down and,
Oh, yeah.
and stayed there and staffed
Huge
the
help.
police department. I mean, so now that's sort of expanded to people who are really interested.
Oh, yeah.
They want to see how this operates, which is very good because when you
yeah.
have to kick into action, it's nice to have as many people so you don't sort of burn out the people that have been there
Oh, yeah.
for so long, you know?
Yeah, you're cranking through too many hours.
And it's a long day. I mean, we start at 8 to 8, 8 in the
Yep.
morning, 8 at night.
Yep.
I think because we've gotten so much information out that people are beginning to sort of
Last
cut
few
back.
days.
So kind of we can let
Yeah.
people loose around 6 or so. And
Yeah.
then, you know, as we get more information out, they can go to the website or Facebook or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It seems to be cutting down on the number of calls. But we don't mind. We're not saying we don't want you to call. We're there. We don't mind you calling. When I left City Hall tonight, Michelle, I was trying to talk to her for a minute before she left.
Yeah.
And the phone just rang and
And
rang.
rang.
And Wendy was working on grants and a bunch of other things. So everyone's, you know, and when I was talking to Wendy before I left, she says, you know, we're not backing off on any of these projects here. And I have a whole list of projects. Like some
Oh,
people
yeah.
think we've put things on hold.
Oh, no.
No. We're in full ramp mode here.
I submitted my annual
I
budget,
know, I saw
my
that.
annual report, capital plans.
So
because
let's
we can't
talk a
keep
little
going.
bit about sort of the emergency management
Sure.
thing, which is from the beginning, where the exercise not that long ago, sort of the training exercise not very long ago was a pandemic.
It was in December. We were reviewing all the plans for a pandemic, and review that with the health department and all the fire department, police department. So I think we're kind of ahead of the game because we were ready for it.
I remember the conversation about, well, the only thing we don't have is a vaccine, because if we did, we'd be at the mall and we'd have all these cars lined up and you go through and get your vaccine, get your paperwork.
And we have the plan for that.
And even that, the only problem is we don't have the vaccine, but still, everything else in between was set up.
Oh, yeah.
And then sort of the next step, so the next piece of this is cooperation. And we've gotten cooperation from everybody.
It's
Every
unbelievable.
department, everybody's, it's one massive machine team effort that's nobody's, well, that's not my department, or that's not
there's
my
none of
job,
that.
that's not
It's-
this, not
it's
that, oh,
as
let me
smooth
transfer
as-
you.
oh.
It's almost spooky how
Yes.
well everything's gone.
Yeah, absolutely. Fire department, police department, DPW, agro, everybody works as, maybe Bill Belichick.
Just do your job. We all listened, right?
Exactly.
But everybody's not only doing their job, they're going above and beyond
Oh, yeah.
to get the work out, to keep things going.
Yeah.
They understand sometimes people, having a difficult time, patients wean sometimes, people are, getting at the end of the rope here, so to speak, where they're just like,
Oh, yeah,
I've been in the
that's-
house I know some people that have been in the house for 5 weeks.
Oh, yeah?
5 weeks.
Yeah.
I'd be on the rooftop.
I'd be wired.
Yeah, I'd be like
I'm lucky
fiddle
I'm
on the
working.
roof. Be running around the roof, So,
Oh, yeah.
And everybody's been great, all departments, and let's talk a little bit about resourceful. Now you spent 50 plus years in emergency management, but
Yeah, 55 years
you
this year.
spent a good deal of your time working for Foster Grant, and then switched over to Foster Tech.
Right.
And that allowed us, between both jobs that you have there, allowed us to build, and not only that, I think all of the goodwill and the relationships that we build in the city allow us a good relationship engagement with local businesses. So when it came time to getting supplies,
Oh, yeah.
it is almost, as I said, creepy.
It's
because
creepy.
It was. I mean, they just shut down. They just made a line. Like, oh yeah, we're going to go in the mask. We're going to make masks for all employees. We're going to make masks for city employees, for the healthcare industry. But it's been coming at us, and I know you're keeping track of it all because we want to make sure we thank everybody.
We have tracked everything.
New Life Church yesterday brought over. I had a conversation with last week, actually a couple weeks ago, and I said, and I've gotten the same call from other churches, and they're like, how can we help? And I said, you know what? Everybody likes to help at first, but later on is kind of like we've got to leave some people for the middle and then the end because that's when it gets to be, and then we don't want to have to go back to people that have already given, or people felt like, well, we've already given, so we're try to space it out a little. So I said, sit tight. So then I'm starting to hear from, parents, newborns,
Oh, yeah.
we need diapers. And I'm like, okay, we could use diapers. And that was Friday or Saturday. And
Yeah,
when did you show up with yesterday?
Yeah, 5 o'clock.
Wait a minute. Alan Gallagher, where is he? Let's see.
Alan, the old police chief?
No, it's not Alan. I thought he said Alan. Let me see. He said he's in Arizona. I don't know if that's right or not. Let me look. Let's see. Give me 1 second here. I'm really interested. I thought I saw Gallagher, and I thought I saw Alan, but his name's Kevin. But I could have sworn somebody wrote in here on Facebook that said Alan Gallagher. I know I'm taking up time, but now I'm really curious. And you know me when I'm curious.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe somebody can look through these threads. Somebody definitely said they were calling. 1 more second. I know it's here. I know it is. It's right around here. I could have sworn. Maybe I didn't see it. Maybe I'm seeing things. Because I said, what state are you in? And they responded.
From Arizona.
I'm pretty sure. But I can't find it now. Maybe it was somebody else. All right, I'll give this. Oh, yeah, Alan Gallagher, watching from Omaha, Nebraska. How's that?
No way.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah. Alan Gallagher, watching from Omaha, Nebraska. Caller, welcome to the show.
How you doing, Dean? It's Ron Gerard.
Hey, Ronnie! Boy, you took some great photos, boy, huh? Ronnie, you keep me busy.
well,
I couldn't get to
thank you.
sleep last night because of you.
Oh, okay, that's good. Well, I never get to sleep anyways. I'm up after time of day anyhow. I just wanted to mention to you and Jim, I just wanted to thank you guys for all the hard work that you guys do and the volunteering that the staff the other day. I went down and took some photos of the passing out some baskets to the kids the other day. And I'd like to know from Jimmy if it's possible if I could get in there and do a little bit of video. We're working on another documentary for past to present for the flu epidemic
Sure.
from the 1918 flu.
Sure.
See, Jimmy gives short answers, not like me. He's like, sure. Yeah.
Sure.
That was easy.
Yeah, and if you've been noticing, we documented all the 26 hiking trails that you had here in Leominster. They had 26 miles of hiking trails, and that
Saw
was a
that.
pretty fun project.
Yeah.
And and I went downtown to the city yesterday, and I'm planning on going back down there tomorrow and Sunday and taking another new series of photos and putting them together with past to present. So that's pretty much what we've been up to. But anyways, I'll let you guys go, but I'll get a hold of you, Jimmy, this week and find out what day I can go down there and grab a few videos of the emergency management.
Sure.
But anyways, thank you guys for everything that you guys do.
Ronnie, you know whose birthday it is today?
No.
You don't? He's on the Leominster Historic Commission with you.
Maybe Chet Carter, one of those guys? I don't know.
Close. There's another guy that remembers like everything from the day he was born on.
John Miatti.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
John's
94?
90. I want to think he's 94 years
94,
old.
you're correct. You're
And
correct.
that guy,
You're correct.
He's awesome. He's a first-class tool maker.
I showed him, yes, yeah, tool makers.
Unbelievable.
Yes. I showed him a picture one day. I said, John, you know anybody here? And he's like, oh yeah, I know who that is. And he started naming all these people off.
I worked with him for years.
I spent half my
wait.
day. I spent half my day looking for my keys, my phone.
Oh, yeah.
Constant. I think sometimes the reason I have two phones is to call the other one when I can't find it.
Well, you know, John's a walking encyclopedia, don't you?
He's amazing. He's
Oh, yeah.
incredible.
I mean, you could ask him anything about the downtown area. He'll know. You know.
I do. I ask him all the time. I'm like, what used to be here before my time, and what was here, and
He
what was
was-
next to Western Auto, and what was next to this, and
He was that way in tool making too. Same thing.
yeah.
it's amazing. What a gift, huh?
Oh yeah.
Good man.
All right, Jimmy,
yeah.
I'm gonna let you guys go. Hey, Jim,
All right.
I'll give you a call tomorrow so we
Okay.
can go in one day next week. Okay, buddy?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right,
Anytime.
have a good week. Stay safe.
All right. So happy birthday to John
Sean.
Broetti, huh?
Oh,
I
sure,
think
yeah.
he's 94. 94.
He don't act it. That's for
I'm
damn
telling
sure.
you, I felt terrible. I'm like, I'm running around. I can't remember anything. I can't find it. I write notes on my hand. You know, pretty good.
So I'm 74. I got 20 more years to catch up to him.
Wow. Do you know what you were 10 minutes ago?
No.
No? Well, then you're not
I'm
in good
catching
shape.
up.
I just figure I'm leaving space in my brain for things that come up that are more important.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know what, but anyway, let's see. Yes, I'm looking for your state. Let us know what state you might be watching from. I'm interested in that. People during the course of the week, California,
Oh, yeah.
Texas, all over. And it's that need, that pride that people have. Even though they haven't lived here maybe in a while, it's that they want to stay connected to our city.
My brother Freddie watches us from Myrtle Beach.
He does.
Yeah.
Freddie, what are you doing down? You know what, Myrtle Beach. I only went there once, maybe twice, but I went in the water once. Oh, the waves were huge because it was a storm. But it was like June. The water was warm. Boy, I'd go back there any day.
Yeah, he loves it down
There
there.
was only me in the water. It was
Yeah.
like me and two people in the whole beach. Maybe it still wasn't warm enough, but when you go to Hampton
Oh,
and then you
it's
jump in this
cold.
water, this
Oh, yeah.
is like bath water. Okay, let's get to business here. And Tappan Springs, Florida. Isn't that where all the Greek food places are? I've eaten there.
Good stuff.
Oh yeah, no, they have some Greek food. They have Greek restaurants there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of those places that you just can't stop eating, and then later you're not sure you can move. One of those places. I think that's the place. Bruce Coulter is watching from the state of insanity. Okay, Bruce, but that's okay. Am I right, Joyce? Joyce, am I right about Tarpon Springs? That's the place that's got all the Greek restaurants, like literally, like a whole. Like that must be where the Greeks.
Kind of
settled
like the
down there.
North End with the Italians.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The sponge docks. That's it. There you go. Anyway, but let's get back to the resources and the relationships that we were able to build around here.
Oh, yeah.
And as I say, I can pick up my phone. I can call anybody, and number one, I have the phone number. Two, they'll answer.
Yep.
Three, they'll agree to help any way they can.
Any way they can. I mean, I can't tell you how many retired people are coming in with sewn masks that they went online to get the shapes from CDC and come in and offer as much help as they can. And we got 41 people that come in right off the street.
And we've been using them too.
We've been using them.
A friend called the other day. He says, "Do you know they interviewed me?" I said, "Well, what do you mean?" They said, "They interviewed me to be a volunteer." And I said, "Well, we want this is the best of the best agency. Of course, we want to attract the best of the best." And he said, No, I'm happy. I was impressed by that." He said, "I've never been interviewed to be a volunteer." And I said, "Well, it's part of emergency management."
I run it like a business.
Ooh.
And I have one of my volunteers is a professional recruiter. I have him interview the people and rate them.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what we're dealing with.
And so we can pair people up with the right task.
Put them in the right spots.
Right. So then now they feel passion, they're excited
yeah.
about what they're doing. But if you take somebody and put them something that's kind of like humdrum for them and they don't
Yeah.
get excited. So people like the action of the dispatch center, and other people that
yeah.
are a little more low key, and then some bring the food around. We've been delivering to the elderly, delivering to the school kids that couldn't get to the other locations.
300 to 1,100 meals per day.
Oh, that's wild, huh?
It's crazy.
That's amazing, and it's going so smoothly.
Yeah, it is.
Just
It's-
so
it's
smoothly.
very, very smooth.
Sue McNeil says she has 1/4 latex-free elastic if anybody needs it. So Sue McNeil, if anybody needs it, thank you, Sue. I saw you post that the other morning. This doesn't have the elastic on it, but it's got
Yeah.
a heavy duty. I'm more, as far as me going with like the whole, I need elastic on this thing because otherwise
I can't tell you.
Everybody was watching me yesterday. You notice that?
Yeah, I
we were
did
there
watch
with
you
police
yesterday.
fire, and
Yeah.
I want to all see if I could tie this thing behind my head here. So now I felt like I'm under pressure. They're all watching me. I did it.
Did you?
Yeah.
I went to someone
the
else.
bottom one to the top one in the back. But, I faked it good enough.
Oh, yeah, good.
By the way, Alan Redstone, technically, you lived on French Hill, so I want you to log in my question. Did you ever live were you born or raised in French Hill, and did you ever live there? Everybody else is waiting. I'm just waiting for Alan Redstone, who lived on Walker Street. Did you know that?
Oh, right around the corner.
Did you know that? He lived 2 houses away from Rocker's Market. Do you remember Rocker's Market?
Rocker's Market.
Rocker's
Yeah.
Market was at the corner of Walker and Middle Street. It was Rocker's Market.
Unbelievable.
And you know where Terracini's Market was?
Was that the one on Mechanic Street?
Cedar Street.
It was on Cedar Street.
Yeah. Where the Terracini boys live, right up the
yeah.
street from you.
Well, I'll be.
Yeah. No, there was little stores all over the place.
There was
right?
little stores
Before
all over.
the supermarkets
That's
came.
right.
All right, let's see. My brother's watching. Get to bed. My brother, he should be asleep. 5 o'clock he goes to sleep, and then he's up at, he's up at like 2 in the morning.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you like it. Sleep's best. They say the more sleep you could get before midnight, you
Yeah.
sleep better.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
I know, because we don't go to sleep.
Every day I
till-
learn something.
Yeah, every day I wish I could get to sleep before. Last night, Ronnie kept me up. First of all, just as I was ready to go to sleep last night, on Facebook there's a messenger section where people can basically like email you or send you a message.
Yeah.
Well, I thought he answered everybody yesterday. And then, for some reason, there was a block of like 5 or 6 that I hadn't responded to yet.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh no, I got to do these now. And so I ended up doing those. So it's okay. It's all questions I can answer. And that's
a
like
good thing.
having a test in school.
Yeah.
So those relationships we've built, we even had a call from your tenant over there at the yogurt place saying, hey, if you guys need any yogurt at all.
Yogurt.
So I don't know if people know in town here, but we actually have a company here that makes
yogurt.
Makes yogurt. It's the most probiotics of any yogurt. It's a recipe from India, and they're a tenant over there next to Foster Tech.
Yep.
And they supply places like Whole Foods and health food stores and all that. But they have something very unique. But even they called and said, hey, if you can use anything, let us know.
Yeah.
We're here to help. We've gotten calls from all the dentists in town who pool their resources together.
They came in with hundreds of surgical masks.
Yeah.
Within hours.
Yeah, and then they came back to replenish it 3 or 4
Yes, they
times.
did.
There's one of the guys heading it up, Dr. Brian McDowell, French Hill kid. I didn't know that. 10th Street, I think. And
I'll tell you, O'Connor Safety,
Corner safety. Tell us about that's a contact through one of our volunteers, Dan Thibodeau.
True Dan Thibodeau. What they did is unbelievable. We were able to completely outfit Leominster Fire, Fitchburg Fire, Princeton Fire, Air, Shirley, and Sterling with all complete PPEs. The full hoods, the full outfits, eyewear. Oh, and we also did the police departments too. They came in with 7,000
I can't believe it. Tyvek suits.
Tyvek suits.
That's incredible. Boston didn't have that.
We had to
I'm
help out
serious.
Quincy the other day because they had nothing.
Yeah, I was telling the story that during the ice storm, we had called on. I got on the phone, called all my buddies. You know, all my some of them didn't answer. No, they all answered. And I said, if there's anything you can send us, anything, chippers, anything. And I just remember a friend calling saying, "Did you call the city of Quincy?" I'm like, "Yeah." And like, there's a bunch of them heading down here. Remember, they showed up with chippers and staff and bucket trucks, and I was like, skid steers. I was like, they came from everywhere. Watertown, Waltham. Anybody that didn't have, you know, was with power. Anybody that had power. At Watertown, they all sent equipment. Newton, everybody sent equipment.
They were so happy to get the equipment the other day. They gave me a city coin.
Did they really?
They gave me the city coin and appreciation and a little lantern.
And a little what?
A lantern.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
They had nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we came in
Hey, that's
with
pretty
what they
good.
needed.
And that's our thing, right? You help each other out.
All the time.
And so we did very well. All through this crisis thus far, we've done very well.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't release any other news tonight, right? Officially?
I can now.
You can. You sure?
Yeah,
I don't want Lieutenant Governor calling me saying...
Well, Baker's announcing it now.
All right. Somebody wants to FaceTime. Why do you want to FaceTime me now? I'm in the middle of a conversation. I don't even know who it is. Yeah, I got a call from somebody the other day on my cell phone. And of course, sometimes when you transfer everything to a new phone, you don't get all the numbers.
Right.
I'm having a full-fledged conversation. I have no clue who it is. No.
That's hard to do.
I'm telling you, how's your mother? How's everything going? How you doing through this crisis? This went on for a while. And then finally I said, by the way, how's son? You know, I just kind of put the thing out to see if I could get, because who I thought it was. It wasn't even anybody. We didn't even know each other. They got the wrong number. They had the wrong number. But we're having this long conversation about how are things, and I'm talking about the same things I'm talking about here. We've been really good. We've had, and apparently this person thinks, he's talking to the person he thinks. I think I know who I'm talking to, but I'm not sure. We don't even know each other. He got the wrong number. He got the wrong number. I was having this full-fledged conversation about things, and you know.
Well, strange things happen. You know about me and Bruce the last week.
Yeah, tell that story. That's a good story.
That was crazy. He came, when I met him the first time, he had a three-piece suit. He was all dressed up.
Bruce Flaxman, he's the CEO of big company. They do, you know, a couple $100 million a year. And, yeah.
So he comes in last week. He said, I'm dropping off 500 masks for police and fire. But he's got his cap pulled way down by his eyes. He's got a sweatshirt on and dungarees. So I gave him.
He looks like one of the Smothers brothers.
He did. So I gave him a full tour of the whole place, and I'm telling him how impressed I am with the works that AIS has done. He comes back. I says, "Would you do me a favor?" I says, "Would you go back and tell your owner, your CEO, what a great company he's running and how we appreciate everything that he's doing for us?" He goes, "Really? Who do you think this guy is?" I says, "Bruce." He takes his hat, he goes like this. I go,
"It's me."
He goes, "It's you."
Yeah.
I said, "You could have been undercover boss. You faked me right out."
That's a good story. I tell this story.
It was so funny.
Occasionally, I'm in my office, just before you could take the world with you with your phone and laptops. So I'm sitting on the phone, it's a Friday afternoon. I don't know, it must have been, I'd say, between 5 and 6. And the phone's ringing, and I pick it up, and I said, "Mayor's office, you know, can I help you?" And this guy's on the other end of the phone. He said, "Are you the mayor?" And I said, "Yeah." He gave me his name, and he just starts having a conversation with me. And then he says, "Listen, I'm giving $1 million away." And he said, "You know, and he goes on, and I'm thinking, you know, Friday afternoon, right? This is cherry on the top.
Don't fall for this.
Been a rough week, right? I'm just waiting for him to say, "Give me your bank account number so I can transfer it in." He turned out to be legitimate. And he wrote a check to Ginny's, you know, Ginny's food pantry.
Yeah.
He wrote out a check. And I was like, and I learned a lesson after that. You never know who you're talking to, and you better treat everybody
Everybody
because
equal.
you never know at the end of the day.
Oh,
Now,
yeah,
I've gotten
gotta be
some
careful.
calls where people call and say,
yeah.
you know, I want to build 8,000 apartments and
Yeah.
rent them for $10 a week, or so, you know, those kind of things.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, okay, I better take the guy for real, or lady, or whatever it is, because it might be. Oh, let's get to some work here. But anyway, as far as the resources, been absolutely wonderful, right? Let's do some. Wendy took the time to get some. Let's do some photos of the week, and then we'll get back to business here. Jim LeBlanc's my guest. This is an extended version of Inside Leominster, and we'll give you the new data here that we have here in terms of the COVID. There we go. Let's get some pictures up here. I'm clicking. There we go. And click. And click. Eventually.
Oops, we're back on.
When it works, let me know. You want me to just keep clicking, guys? Hit the top button? I don't know. Here we go. Central Headquarters Edition. Awesome picture. You got to drive behind the fire station.
That
huh?
is
Isn't that the
absolutely
best?
awesome.
It's unbelievable.
When they took the 1800s
the old
wagon out.
fire pumpers in the back there, and cleaning up on the outside. But I'll tell you, I drove back there. And I'm like, that is the coolest
It
thing.
changed the whole appearance of the fire station.
Yep, I was driving, as soon as I knew that it was done, I was driving back there, and I'm like, wow, wait till the lighting's done and all that. So great job, and still working on it, but
Oh, yeah, they're
a little
cleaning
bit
up
of
the outside.
nostalgia, and now they've got a real entrance to the building.
Oh, they do. In fact, that night they took the wagon out, the 1800s. I swung by about 9 o'clock at night just to see it. I
Yes,
was all lit
remarkable.
up. The
Yeah,
flags in the
flags
back.
there.
Oh, it looks awesome.
Here's a recognizable site here, Jimmy, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's the National Guard. They know their way here, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Bringing supplies to emergency management.
Yep.
There's a site work going on, you know, that park on Mechanic Street. Boy, it's such a good place to keep your
Oh, yeah.
distance. But you know, there's people in 3 and 6 families. They got to get out, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they're down there. Oh, they're having a ball. Easter. Not that it's packed to the point where
Nope.
people are, you know, encroaching on each other's safe distance. But beautiful park. Well, they're working on another park in the back there. Mechanic Street. So they got a little tot lot back there. Wendy's working on that. They're going to start
Yeah.
assembling it pretty soon
Yep.
for kids. There's the whole design down there that you should maybe see.
Oh, wow.
So that's what it's going to look like when it's done. And then someday we hope to do phase 3, which is, or phase 4, which is actually a community center down there.
Oh, wow.
Judy's helping hands, helping out on COVID, and they've been busy down there Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
Yeah, and on the elderly, we're also assisting them on
Right.
a lot of the runs.
So it's
to
been
get
a great partnership for us,
Oh,
and a lot more to go, right? A lot more to go, but
yeah.
we're trying to get everybody to the finish line, right? Help out people
what it's all about.
where we can. And can you believe it? There's snow on the ground, and there's buds and flowers on the tree, huh? Can you believe that? It's crazy
I
stuff.
couldn't believe what I saw this morning.
I just thought this couldn't be. There we go.
Yep.
The tulips are ready to pop.
Yep.
Any minute. A couple more warm days and they'll be there. There you go, looking sporty there with my
Your
Feel good,
spiffy,
Hugh.
your spiffy jacket.
That's it. Now, a lot of people want to borrow it, but I told them no way. Happy Easter. There's the Easter Bunny popped out in front with the fire in ladder 2. And Mr. Penning was kind enough to bring it over there for us, and representing the fire department. And
Yeah.
while we couldn't go to kids' houses and do our big festival
yeah.
event that we do, we did get around and do some of this. So those are our pictures of the week. Caller, welcome to the show.
Hi, Dean. This is Denise calling from WLPZ 95.1. How are you?
Good.
I'm just calling just to remind everyone that they can listen to all your briefings on our radio show every day. When you do your briefings, we rebroadcast them on our radio station, our Leominster Community Radio Station. So I just want everyone to be known about our radio station that we have for the city of Leominster.
So does this go out right now? Are you broadcasting it now, or do you wait and then rebroadcast it?
We rebroadcast it.
Okay. So how long? This is where I was getting confused. How long do people have to wait to hear it? Is it an hour, a half hour, 10 minutes, or?
No, about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay, and then you play it during the day. So
Play it
95,
through the day.
95.1 FM, that's our radio station signal. But if you can't get it, you're far away, like Alan Gallagher is, or somebody in Tappan
yeah.
Springs, then you can go to WLPZ.org, and amazing
That's right.
what content is on there. The different varieties. I mean, every kind of music you can imagine and things you can't even find anywhere. Really, you can't find it. And anyway, thank you
We
for
play a
all.
variety of music.
Yes. Thank you very much. I know you put a lot of time in, and Sonny and everybody else there, so thank you.
Thank you. You have a great day.
All right. First Baptist Church, 23 West Street, is doing their food pantry. It's going to be held on Saturday, 10 to 12. And come to the back of the church, besides the fire station. They'll line you up, space you out. That's a great thing. Let's give you the new numbers here before we get too far. Joyce Sharon is first time watching this. Good. And anybody else, if you're calling from or watching from somewhere out of state, let us know. So here we go. I might have already sort of gone by the numbers, but apparently not. So number in emergency management, where we were just talking about, 978-534-7500, extension 5055. If you can't find what you need on our website, leominster-ma.gov, then go and call us at 978-534-7500, extension 0, and we'll get you all the information you need. But almost everything you can imagine is online somewhere. We've done a good job with that. But if it's not there, let us know. We'll meet you in the parking lot, meet you in an alley. We'll drop it off by hovercraft or drone. How many? Your volunteer, he has how many drones?
14.
No, more. We got to get him on.
And they're not cheap drones.
No, he's got like
$8,000 or $10,000.
little ones that'll fly through an auditorium.
Yeah, $8,000 or $10,000 each.
Unbelievable.
On some of them.
Right, and that's just one of your volunteers down there.
That's one, yeah.
Okay, cases. This is as of Wednesday at 4 o'clock. 30,000 total testing positive in the state. Worcester County 2350. Tested so far 132,000. Total deaths, sad, 1,108. That's sad. It's up 151. In Leominster, we have 54 cases active, but 37 off isolation. So that could mean, off isolation could mean a number of things. It could mean, usually it has something to do with not having any symptoms. And if you're non-symptomatic, then it's so many days after that, and then they recommend a mask and to keep your distance and all that, and sometimes they even allow you to go back to work. So check with the CDC and the State Department of Public Health for that kind of information. So we're at 54 cases and 37 off isolation. If you need to be tested, call your doctor. They'll refer you to one of the sites, Reliant Health Alliance, or even Community Health Link. Let's see. So this is pretty interesting. COVID cases, Jimmy, of communities of similar population. Now some are less, some are a little less, and some are population is a little bigger. So total cases, total cases are, I just lost you, Wendy, sorry, that's my fault. Total cases in Massachusetts today gone up 2,263. That's 32,000. Worcester County has gone up 153 to 2,405, and total tested is about 14,000. It's up 8. See, this is where it is. So they've gone up testing 8,750. That's just over 24 hours.
Sure.
We were testing 3,000, 2,500, and then 4,000, 5,000. Now they're up to 87, and deaths are up to 1,245 to 137. It's gone up. So when they talk about the surge, this is it. This is, I think, the beginning of the surge. You saw we're up to 59 active cases. Not that that's a barn burner, but this is really where we've really got a key in here. This is really where everything is important, right? Everything we know, and I hate to go through the whole boot camp, but I'll go through it one more time before we leave the show today. But these are similar sized communities. Of them all, Chelsea ranks with 712 cases, and they're a little smaller than we are. Revere at 470, but it goes from 11 cases in Amherst, but I think the population of Amherst is 40,000 when school's in session, but they're all gone. So obviously the cases are low. The only ones with less cases than us are Dartmouth, and they have 34,000 people. And there's the slide right there. Thank you. And Andover with 51, and both of them are at least, we're way above 41,000, but at least 5,000 or 6,000. So we're fourth from, I guess, from the bottom, but that's the best part.
Because that means everybody's doing what they're supposed to do.
Right, they're doing what they were supposed to do.
And you drive around, that's what you see.
And remember, most of our businesses, manufacturing, are open because they're supplying the medical industry and or, as you know, Jim, better than anybody, the military. So most of our businesses are open, and even with that, we're at lower than, and much lower. Once you leave us and you get into places like Arlington and Watertown, and then you jump up to another category of Peabody and Taunton and Weymouth, and, at 267. And these are communities that are about our size. Same size Attleboro, and they're at 210. So they're like double where we are. Let's see, Fitchburg's at 97. So, I'm not trying to pit us against anybody. I'm trying to say that at this particular point, this matters.
I think we've got a couple of good examples. AIS, when we were there, they got close to 700 employees.
Right.
But the procedures they got in place, they don't have anybody that's gone down.
Right.
But they got a lot of procedures. Foster Tech don't have anyone going down yet either.
Right.
And they're producing the respirator lenses for 3M and MSA.
Amazing, huh?
Yeah.
I want to thank High Gear. High Gear came in with hand sanitizer. We just got a drum, 55-gallon drum. And we'll share it with people if they need it in the end. But let us get set up for that. Just rolled in off the truck 6 o'clock this morning.
6 o'clock this morning. We're set up.
They're having trouble. We're doing this tracing thing. We started this a while ago, but the state is doing this tracing thing. It's hired people. So if somebody is tested positive, they go back and trace who that person came in contact with, so they can put them in self-quarantine till they can be tested. Apparently, people are getting a phone call, and whether they're just nervous about the conversation or giving out information, but they're not cooperating, and that's making it difficult for them to do that tracing. So if you get a call, even if you want to get their phone number if you're worried, and say, you know what, let me call you back. Yeah. Call them back to make sure it's legitimate. But anyway, 2 million gloves coming in, 820,000 masks, 370 masks, Kraft 170,000 gowns are coming in, stuff's coming in now. And now you maybe want to sort of share the distribution news?
No, I can. Go
ahead.
Yeah, we had to keep it quiet for the last few days, as you know. But Governor Baker today is announcing that Leominster Emergency Management will be the distribution center for the N95s for North Worcester County.
Incredible.
They're going to supply personnel to operate from our facility. It'll be from 9 to 1, and it will be fully stocked on Monday. So
we'll take care of, what will be our area that we're taking care of?
All of North Worcester County, fire and police. So if you have a 100-man fire department, you're going to be allowed to have 500 masks that day.
Wow, so you have a turn. What about the hospitals? Because they're using the same ones over and over.
Yeah.
They're going to get them as well?
Well, they said police, fire, and nursing homes is what we're going to be dealing with.
Yep.
And DPH is going to be taking care of the hospital.
Oh, okay. So they take it from the different areas. So we'll be the main distribution point for this area.
We are the center distribution point.
Nice job. And I think that's attributed to your work and all the volunteers, the building, city council. I said yesterday, city council's not maybe visible out there, but trust me, they're behind me 100%.
Oh, yeah.
My regular conversations, they're staying in touch. They're trying to be helpful, but not sort of feeling like they're getting in the way. But we're keeping them up to date. Wendy had sent down information for them. We'll keep them up to date. Talk to Mark Bonanza all the time, council president. Yep. And they're 100% been the backbone of the city for us, and we really thank every single one of them. Has been absolutely great, helping us out in any way they can. They never say no, but again, that's the result of that. Let me just go real quick, and we'll talk more about that tomorrow. Let's see. Let me get to some important things. Tax information, instead of being due, tax bills being due on May 1st, they're going to be due June 1st. Burning permit information, you have questions about that, call our office. Do you have the information down there at EMA? If not, we'll get it to you. And call the fire department and to get a permit. Don't call when it's 50-mile-an-hour winds, please. Grocery stores, you can call for their special hours, and pharmacies as well. Stimulus checks, people are getting them, even businesses are getting. I can't believe how fast the federal government is moving.
It's amazing.
I'm amazed. And so we've just about run out of time, and tomorrow morning we'll be back here. Thanks, Carl, Keith, and Bradley for coming in here and helping us put these together. It's really helpful. Any questions at all? Tomorrow's the virtual job fair. Got to say that. So you can go to our website, find that information out, or go to masshire.com. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. We'll have you on
Welcome.
again. And maybe we'll, tomorrow we're doing it from somewhere. We're doing it from the pasture land.
Oh,
so
good.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll be back to see you.
Sure.
Out of time here at Inside Leominster. Good night. God bless you. Remember, the world has got to be run by those who show up. You need to show up. Good night.